Next topic will be intracranial space occupying lesions. These are the main headlines under which we will discuss the topic: definition, types, clinical presentation, diagnosis, and treatment. So, definition: these are the lesions which expand in volume to displace normal neural structures and may lead to increase in intracranial pressure. Mechanism leading to symptoms: mass effect, cease of obstruction that increases ICP, irritation of the cortex leads to seizures, compression, invasion, interruption with circulation, focal neurological deficit. So intracranial mass lesions are differential consideration. First thing is primary brain tumors, lesions, non-neoplastic cyst, congenital, etc. Second thing is metastatic lesions. Third thing is trauma, SDH, EDH. Next is parasitic cysticercosis, hydatidic cyst, amoebic abscess, vascular aneurysm, EVM, stroke, etc. Inflammatory abscesses, tuberculoma, syphilitic gamma, fungal granulomas. Tumors. The primary brain tumors includes gliomas, meningiomas, schwannomas, peanut, pituitary, pineal, and secondary includes metastatic lung, kidney, breast. So intracranial tumors includes glioma approximately 25%, metastasis of approximately 30%, acoustic neuroma 8%, meningioma 15%, pituitary adenoma 10%, and others including 9%. So clinical presentation will be of headache, seizures, personality change, focal deficit, papilledema, increased ICP. So increased intracranial pressure, yeah, the symptoms will be changes in LOC, papilledema, impaired eye movement, sensory motor function, uh, decreased vomiting, changes in the vitals, increased BP, decreased pulse, change in the respiratory patterns, pupillary changes, headache. In front will be bulging fontanelles, cranial sutured separation, increase head circumference, high pitched cry. Gliomas, including the clinical symptoms will be according to the site where glioma is situated. Next is seizures, language difficulty, headache, behavioral changes, hemiparesis. Meningioma, most common in middle age group, slow growing, headache, seizures. Schwannoma, hearing problem, vertigo, headache, facial weakness, and numbness. Now, pituitary adenoma, headache, visual effect, endocrine dysfunctions will be there, growth hormone or cortisol and all those things will be raised. So the many pituitary adenoma is maybe of two type: microadenoma, size less than 5 mm, and macroadenoma. And also it can be this thing active adenoma or the silent adenoma. So in active adenoma there will be increased in the disruption or increased hormonal production from the pituitary. So pineal region there will be headache, hydrocephalus, Perinaud syndrome. Diagnosis by physical examination and finding: CT scan brain, MRI brain, MR angiography, laboratory studies, CBC, ESR, LFTs, tumor marker, etc. and biopsy. Gliomas, most common primary brain tumor are gliomas. It can be following are the WHO classification: polycystic astrocytoma grade 1, low grade astrocytoma grade 2, anaplastic astrocytoma grade 3, and glioblastoma multiforme is grade 4. Uh, I, in spite of this, glioma may present at other sites also: choroid plexus papilloma, oligodendroglioma, pontine glioma, ependymoma. Meningioma, these are mostly arise from the uh, hmm, how will you differentiate low grade glioma from high grade glioma? You can see over here the hyperdensity is there, a more hyperdense, more contrast enhancing in case of glioblastoma, and whether over here you can see less contrast enhancement is there. So meningioma, right, there will be dural tail. Hmm? Acoustic schwannoma. This is a picture of acoustic schwannoma. Pineal gland tumor arising from the pineal gland, causing hydrocephalus. Pituitary adenomas. You can see over here. This is the pituitary adenoma. Pituitary gland optic chiasma. It usually compresses the optic chiasma, leading to heminopias. Note the treatment varies on the histology of various tumors: craniotomy plus biopsy, craniotomy plus excision, radiotherapy, chemotherapy, or palliative. Glioma, if in case benign, then surgical excision is enough. If malignant, surgical excision plus radiotherapy. Meningioma, surgical resection plus minus radiotherapy. Schwannoma, surgical resection if size more than 3 centimeter. Pituitary, surgical transsphenoidal transcranial. Pharmacological will be dopamine agonist, somatostatin analogs can be given, and radiotherapy. Pineal depends on the histology, resection, and radiotherapy. METs for solitary lesion less than 4 lesion, all less than 3 centimeter, biopsy if undiagnosed, plus Gamma knife. For a lesion more than 3 centimeter, tumor surgery followed by uh, radiotherapy. For tumor for more than 4 lesions, biopsy for diagnosis plus whole vein radiation therapy. Trauma, intracranial hematomas, extradural hematomas between dura and the skull, middle meningeal artery is the culprit. Common site is temporal fossa. Progressive deterioration of level of consciousness, lucid interval will be there. Papillary changes called agincel papillary reaction. Investigation will be CT, biconvex shape will be there. Cerebral angiography. These are the investigation: CT, MRI, cerebral angiography. Treatment with surgical evacuation followed by craniotomy. Subdural hematomas between the dura and the arachnoid, common causes from the bleeding from the superficial vein or venous sinuses. Anticoagulant treatment predisposed to intracranial bleeding and subdural hematomas. Clinical features will be acute. Clinical features are similar to extradural hematoma, chronic dementia, altered behavior, psychiatric manifestation, focal neurological deficit, middle. In middle age, headache, contralateral hemiplegia, papilledema, children vomiting, restlessness, irritability, refusal to feed, amnesia, seizure, failure to thrive. Diagnosis is acute concave hyperdense lesion on CT, chronic 10 to 10, 0 to 10 days. It is hyperdense. 0 to 10 to 2 weeks it is isodense, and more than 2 weeks it is hyperdense lesion on CT. So this is more than 2 weeks lesion, it is more hypodense. So treatment is craniotomy for acute STH, surgical evacuation by Warhol for chronic STH because of the consistency will be thin in case of chronic STH. Benign intracranial cyst, non-tumorous lesions filled with CSF or other fluid. Pathogenesis development, arachnoid cyst, ependymal cyst, prosencephalonic cyst, acquired after trauma, tumor resection, encephalomalacia, mostly glial cyst. Inflammatory intracranial swell, pyogenic brain abscess, subdural empyema, epidural abscess. Granulomatous includes tuberculous, fungal, parasitic, hydrated. Brain abscess mostly single, maybe multiple. Majority are the supratentorial, 10% are infratentorial. Metastatic hematogenesis, direct spread from the adjacent structure or penetrating brain injury. Now, clinical presentation will be neurological raised ICP, focal neurological deficit, epileptic seizures may be there, and systemic toxicity, fever, and malaise may present. Symptom of primary focus infection, otitis, or sinusitis will be there. Method of choice CT scan for brain ring enhancing lesion will be there. Peripheral blood smear shows leukocytosis, raised DSR. This is the right frontal brain abscess, pontine abscess, ring enhancing lesion. See, as you can see over here, ring enhancement is there. Treatment is antimicrobial therapy, measure to reduce ICP, drainage of abscess, menthol, corticosteroids. Anti-epileptic treatment, phenytoin, carbamazepine, or levetiracetam. Goals: obtain plus pus for culture and sensitivity, decreased ICP. Technique is Barrowland aspiration, excision, and craniotomy for recurrent thick-walled brain abscess. Intracranial tuberculoma, mostly in developing countries, caused by Mycobacterium tuberculosis. Nodular or irregular avascular masses of variable size, surrounded by edema. Frequently multiple, common location is subcortical in the cerebral hemisphere. Symptoms and signs of progressive intracranial SOL, raised ICP, focal neurological deficit, seizure, etc. General malaise, fever in 50% of the patient. Investigation include lab workup, leukocytosis will be there, ESR is raised or normal, Montauk's test often positive, chest X-ray, look for pulmonary TB, brain skull X-ray, CT, MRI is the investigation of choice. Hypertense masses with ring and surrounding edema, often known as target sign. Multiple intracranial tuberculomas with surrounding edema. This is the edema, hypodensity. This is the edema. Treatment is the anti-tubercular therapy, measure to reduce ICP, control seizure. Surgical treatment is indicated only if intracranial lesion could not be specified, progressive neurological deterioration is there. Alternatively is to excision or CSF stenting mandatory in complicating obstructive hydrocephalus.